We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state at Georgia. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. And that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 17. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Hayden Hurst, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On second down, Gordon once more.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Mayfield. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Third down, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he goes out right around the 39. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So everything else is going right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. They'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Landry. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Mayfield.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 47. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now back, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend the lead out to 24.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now, the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Mayfield. Swings this out for Hunt.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
To the ground. This time it's Chubb. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here's Mayfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A run for Nick Chubb. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down at 5.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Mayfield now.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Second down at 4.
And again, it's Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Kareem Hunt.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle taken down.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll drop to throw. And Lazard's got it again. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland,
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2.